Hello, beautiful soul. My name is Jackie Lane from peachyhealth.co.uk. I empower women to live juicier lives by choosing self-love on all levels. And today I've got a really special guest with me on my channel, as you can see. This gorgeous goddess is called Cora Flora, and she is the beautiful soul that designed my website for me. But not only is she amazing at creative design work, she's also a very talented musician and singer-songwriter, and has inspired me so much. I just love her music. She's also recently been involved with Laura Hollick, and is it the new Icon film?
Yes.
Yes. And on top of all that, she is a genuinely gorgeous, beautiful soul inside and out, and I am so honoured to have her on my channel. Welcome, Cora.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here, and thank you for those beautiful compliments. Takes one to know one.
Oh, bless you. Okay, so I'll just get straight into the questions, if that's all right.
Sure.
Okay, so first things first, tell me a little bit about your journey in life.
Wow, my journey in life. In relation to what? Like my journey to here?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm a musician. That's my number one thing that I love the most, that lights me up the most, that I've definitely woven into my journey as deeply as I possibly could. Okay, I'm nervous.
Don't worry.
um, whew, okay, loosen up, loosen up. Ah. Honestly, when I make videos, I always do this, and then I cut it out, and then I don't show people
I
that part.
know,
But
me
there's
too.
always like a
I
so
know.
whatever.
I'm the same. I was very nervous saying your little intro then, so don't worry.
Cow now, brown cow. I don't know. Okay, woo, got all the weirdness out, so I could just be myself. Um, but yeah, okay. So I don't know. I guess that's a pretty vague question, but um, yeah, I guess if I had to like look at my journey and say what really made it, what really helped me become me, it was a lot of just like expressing myself, expressing my soul through music, through words, through art, through online design, through business. And I'm still on that process of like getting out the weirdness, getting out the fear to liberate myself and speak myself authentically.
Okay, and when did you realize you were musically gifted and talented? Like, what age did you get into playing the guitar and singing and that side of it?
I got into it when I was about 13 or 14. I remember I just had this sudden inspiration that I was like, I want to play guitar. And it just kind of came on very suddenly after a baseball game. And since then, it's just been, I don't know, songs just poured out. Like, I had the great guidance from someone who told me that all you need is two chords to make a song. And so I was making all these silly little songs, but then they ended up blossoming into my soul's expression. So I ended up, trying to express my emotions and my soul as honestly as possible through words, through music. And I ended up creating these original songs, and I now have albums and albums of them that I love so much. But yeah, I mean, I played piano as a kid from like very young, so music has always been in my journey, but I didn't think it was anything special. If anything, it was more like a prison sentence because you have to practice. And I was not good at songwriting. I mean, not song, sight reading. Sight reading was really hard because I don't know. I'm just not scientific. For me, I think I'm designed to just flow emotions and flow spirit and flow intuitively with music. I mean, having some technical skill helps. But yeah, as soon as I started to play guitar and sing my own songs, that's when I started to get feedback from people that it was something special and that it was something that um, people appreciated, that it helped them feel and resonate and share some of their deeper, authentic stuff. And so that's where I really just found the value. And that being said, though, whether or not there's positive feedback, I do it because I love it, and I it's my number one tool to survive and to be well in this world is to play music. So I will always play music.
Did you realize that there was something special when you started to play? Did you realize that you had that something special, or did you kind of have to be um, told by others to kind of realize it within yourself, or did you hear it yourself?
Well, what comes to mind is I do remember as a little girl singing along to Sarah McLachlan. Like I had a little Walkman, so a tape player, and I remember just being a little girl, like singing in my room, pretending I was singing to all these people, and I had this dream inside of me. So I had that passion always. Um, but yeah, in terms of when I like started to write my own songs, I don't know if I thought they were anything special. To be honest, I think any creator doubts themselves and wonders like, is anyone going to like this? Like, is this good at all? Um, but for me, my own promise to myself is that I'm authentic to myself. I'm expressing my soul as honestly as possible, whether you like it or not. And that has given me freedom and liberation to be authentic and to love what I do no matter what.
And you know, that's what I love about your music so much is, I mean, the song Peace with My Body, I just love that tune because there's so much kind of humor in it. And I just think there's so many kind of mainstream singers and artists who kind of just follow the grain in a way. And I think your music is just beautiful. And I'm gonna get emotional talking about it. um,
What?
who's inspired you? Where do you get your inspiration? Sort of, what people have inspired you, and then where do you get your inspiration from for your lyrics and things like that?
Wow. Well, when I think of who inspired me, who continues to inspire me, I'll just name who come to mind. I mean, there's a long, long list, but lately I'm really inspired by India Ari, Alanis Morissette, Ani DeFranco, and then other teachers and visionaries like Oprah Winfrey, Elizabeth Gilbert, Marianne Williamson. So really strong, honest, feminine voices. That's what I really am inspired by. And in terms of lyrics, that is a mystery to me. I have a new album, and it's like, because like my last album was really focused on healing from sexual abuse and really like making peace with my body and all these things and coming to terms with my power and really becoming victorious despite the challenges, the deep challenge that sexual abuse is for many people. They call it soul murder because it is a very, very deep, complex wound that I feel like my soul volunteered to come heal, at least within myself, and then offer the gifts of that to the world. So this next album is the album after it where I'm kind of blossoming and just kind of standing in that victory. And the album, yeah, there are a lot of love songs, to be honest, but I've realized that they're divine love songs. Like they're more than just, hey Joe Blow, you're awesome. They're like just like transcendental, like where does that love for Joe Blow take me, and how does that connect me with my source, and how can I express that with reverence and devotion and in a way that ignites me and inspires people as well to feel that vibration of divine love. And so yeah, I'd say divine love is my one of my biggest inspirations, and as well just continuing to heal because I've learned that there's no, I wish there was a way to suddenly be like, okay, done healing. I'm totally healed. Yay, I'm perfect. I wish. The Virgo moon part of me wishes. But the truth is that it's always going. And I have a new song on my album called The Truth Is. And it's one of my most, I wouldn't say angry or aggressive, but it's like, it was kind of like that energy in me that needed to just be like, the truth is the truth. Like, it just is. And it's kind of a song that talks about like, just how some people use, I don't know, secrets and lies to manipulate other people or manipulate even realities, manipulate countries into ridiculous things like going into war. And, you know, just there's so much BS in this world. But this song is about how no matter what, the truth is the truth and it's bubbling up. It's happening inevitably. So we might as well just like come into integrity and do our best to step up and, you know, heal. So, yeah, I mean, the songs aren't all flowery and lovey. They're also real because that's what it is for me, the authentic expression of my soul.
I don't know why I feel really emotional, like speaking with you now. Your energy is so strong coming through. Um, I feel really emotional, like just speaking with you is so amazing. It's just, it's intense, but it's amazing intense. And I just think your music is so powerful for so many people. It's so healing. And I think I sent you that message today on Facebook just saying, like, shine, keep shining your light, because there's so many people in this world that benefit from hearing the words in your music. And I swear it's like angel sent music. I get shivers and goose pimples listening to it. Honestly, it's just, ah, I love it. And I've used so many of your songs at I do like yoni breathing meditations and workshop type things, and I've used them at the end when I'm doing the kind of closing of the meditation. I've been playing your music to help these women heal, and every single woman has just been like, who is that? That's just like, wow. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I just, it shines through your authenticity, and everything just shines through in your music. So yes. Okay,
Oh,
so
thank you.
moving
And
on to the next question.
okay, hold on. I just want to
Okay.
say too that your message that you sent me really helped me. So I just want to honor you as well, and just what a healer and a light and an inspiring, supportive person that you are. Like I have no doubt that you're helping so many, not only now, but rippling out into the future. Like I'm excited to see how that blooms for you. And yeah, yesterday I made my first dancing video where I was
Yes,
kind of erotically dancing, and it
love
was
it.
so it was so scary, and it was like some burst of like period courage that I don't know why I'm on my period right now, but I just kind of sometimes I do bold things during that time because there's that power inside, and
Yeah.
so I was like I'm gonna post this because I want to, and wow, thank you for your inspiring words and stuff, and just really seeing me because. I afterwards I felt this fear and I was like, oh my God, is it too much? Like, is it too, I don't know what, because like when I look at myself, I'm like, wow, what a strong, powerful being. And I feel like I've been so scared of that power, not only like the strength, but also that sensitivity and the goddess and that beauty and that ugliness and everything. And um, yeah, I just feel like I just want to thank you for that message because it really helped remind me to that that's what I'm supposed to shine. Like I'm supposed to shine through that with that. It's like I think that I've almost thought that I have to like purify my whole human form. Why do I have this elastic here? I have to like purify the form in order to shine the light, but I realize actually no, it's not about changing the form. It's about like really authentically shining that light through the form because that's where the medicine comes from. It's almost like there's like this beautiful stained glass with all these different colors, and then putting a candle or a light bulb inside it, and I mean, I could try to, oh, I'm not going to turn on the light till it's all clear so that everyone gets that clear white light. But what if it's all about all those colors and imperfections and,
That's
anyways,
exactly what it is about. I completely agree with you, and I loved that video that you posted. I just thought, yes, that's amazing. And I know I know exactly what you mean. It's so scary to open up and be vulnerable and express yourself, especially in a sensual way, because people can misinterpret that. But I'm at this stage where I'm just like, do you know what? Fuck it. Just be yourself and express who you are, and don't be afraid of that. And that's exactly what you say. It's what you're here to do. And sometimes there's a bigger reason why you're doing it. Is not just about you. It's about all the hearts of the people you're touching and um, bringing joy to. So sometimes I think we have to get out of our own way so that we can let everything shine through us. So yes, I loved that video. It was brilliant. Um,
thank you.
and yeah, so speaking about where you were saying you don't really know where your lyrics come from, um, do you have a connection to like angels or guides or anything? Do you ever get downloads of lyrics does it come from above, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like it comes from above and below. One of my favorite symbols for divinity, for God, is the Star of David, where there's an upward triangle and then a downward triangle, and they make this beautiful six-pointed star. And to me, it's that marriage of like masculine and feminine, heaven and earth, and coming into the moment, which I feel is like that's where the sweet spot of lyrics and inspiration is, when I'm like tuning into nature yet also beyond this reality and tuning into heavenly energies. When I'm doing concerts or about to record, I always say prayers, and I just set the intention that it's the most benevolent, most healing energies as possible flowing through me. And that really helps, I find. And in terms of just like receiving lyrics or even words from guides or angels all the time, like I'm almost constantly, not constantly, but every day I'm praying, just because that's what I've learned to do, to be happy and be well in this world. And why not, if we have this amazing, power that is us yet is also so vast and so beyond us, why not ask for help and, work with it consciously and intentionally. So yeah, and I journal every day. Often I'll write like letters to God or to my angels or to spirit in whatever form at the moment I feel like connecting with. And then I like to also open to receive through automatic writing, so kind of tuning in for a reply. And I feel like that has really helped me with doing that musically as well in the moment. That sort of intuitive, receptive thing has helped me also with channeling lyrics in the moment, which I love to do. I find that so exhilarating.
Wow. Do you have a favorite song out of all of your songs?
That's like choosing a favorite kid. Come on, don't make me do it. But I will say that I go through phases, like kind of like food, where sometimes you just crave things,
Yeah.
or colors, for example,
Yes.
purple. Yeah, I go through phases where I'm suddenly just like haunted by a song, and suddenly it's like that medicine of that song is so relevant to my life, so I just love singing it or love listening to it. And yeah, I have a couple new songs. Like right now, the new songs, because I'm in the process of recording my new album, it's like the new songs will just kind of come to me, and I'll notice their inspiration and their medicine unfolding in my life. And that's when I know it's time to go deeper with them and revisit them and polish them up for recording. I have a new one called Sacred Man, and it's about honoring the divine masculine, not only the light but also the dark, and really, kind of being like, hey, like, because I feel like so many women have been on this journey of like awakening to our divine feminine, and that's so beautiful, and so many women are stepping up to the plate to heal and expand and learn and grow, and it's amazing. And yet I almost sometimes get a sense that there's a lot of men who almost are like almost missing the boat, because they're so focused on like making money and having jobs and creating success, and they're a little bit more earthy by nature. But I wanted this song was inspired by someone that I really love, and at the same time it was my sort of devotional message to the divine masculine, to say like, hey, sacred man, I see you, I feel you, and I want to help you. And so yeah, I'm excited to see how that song comes out and is shared with the world.
It's so fascinating speaking with you about your kind of process and how it all happens. It's just, I mean, I am quite a creative person, but I can't write music or anything like that. I just can't, it just doesn't flow for me at all. But I just love hearing about how this kind of flows for you. It's just so interesting to hear. And I think you're right, what you're saying about the masculine. It's quite out of balance in um in a lot of ways, and I think a lot of men are still kind of in the old kind of paradigm about what it is to be a man kind of thing. So
Mm.
yeah, definitely there is a balancing going on at the moment, and on both levels I think there is awakening happening. And yeah, music like that is just gonna enhance that and help people. And your tribe, people who listen to your music, I'm sure you have men listen to your music as well, and I think something like that is going to be a really positive influence on them. So Yeah, I can't wait to hear that. I can't wait to hear your new album, seriously. I'm so excited. I'm like, yes, another one, yes. um,
Thank you.
okay, so what was I gonna say next? Right, so this isn't really about your music, but do you have kind of a philosophy on life or a life's motto? Like, what's your kind of motto in life, I guess?
Hmm. I don't know. I was gonna say Hakuna Matata, but I don't. That was
Yes.
kind of a joke. Um, yeah, I don't know. Well, one thing that comes to me a lot lately is the goddess heals all. I don't know. That's just one of the things that often repeats itself. And for me, it's just my sort of like, it's something that just came to me like a homemade mantra through perceiving things in the world where I just feel like there is this like natural healing path for everything. Just like, evolution is like this natural thing happening. I feel like now that there's this divine feminine rising and coming into balance in this world, I really feel this healing energy coming up. And that saying that to myself and reminding myself of that and also seeing it proven in my reality in different ways has helped me have faith that like it is getting better, and the things that I perceive as like terrible injustices are going to be balanced out and they're going to be healed, and it's not my job to take on the whole world. And in fact, I couldn't do it anyways, so why not just like focus on myself, do my best to be in alignment with my path. And like there is a natural flow to everything, and it is generally love, so it's going to be okay.
I love that. I love that. I'm going to use that definitely. That is a good little affirmation to say because it keeps you in check and yeah, kind of take I think often I don't know whether you feel like this, but I think people like us tend to feel like the sometimes the weight of the world is on our shoulders, like we want to help everybody, and sometimes it can be overwhelming when you have this sort of calling to help people, and then yeah, sometimes you need to just surrender it and you need to trust and have that faith that there is always this universe is always trying to create harmony and balance, and love will always shine through, definitely. I love that message, thank you. um okay, so I know that you're moving away from the whole web design thing, but I just want to say thank you so much for my website. I absolutely love it. It's just amazing. It's perfect. Everything is just perfect about it. And I just want to know, like, how did you kind of get into web design, and how come I sort of know why you're moving away from it, but just for other people, how come you've decided to kind of part ways with the web design thing?
This is a good question. Yeah, I remember, I think I designed my first website when I was a teenager, like from HTML from scratch. Because I'm 28 now, so that's like 10, 15 years ago, which in internet time is like a decade. No, wait, it is literally. Wait, I was trying to make a joke and I instead said the non-joke reality. Yeah, in internet time, that's like a millennia. Um,
Yes.
but the purpose of it was to support my music. It was a music website, and from the beginning, I even learned web design skills in music business school. So it was never my dream to do web design. It was just something that I saw as a way to promote my gifts and my real passion. But yeah, as time went on, it ended up being something like a service that a lot of people really needed and really could benefit from. And as well, it's like a great way to make money. It's a great way to be in that beautiful flow of service. And so for a while, I mean, I still enjoy it. It's one of those things that I enjoy, like as much as I'd enjoy like a hobby, and I love like connecting with people and, receiving their dreams and weaving those into a website so that they can really see that higher vision of themselves reflected back. And then everyone who they interact with can see that vision of themselves as well and tune into that reality. Because I love that. the internet is basically a collective consciousness, and it's a way for us to, yeah, I mean, because what I don't know what I'm trying to say, but because something's coming to mind where I went to a Deepak Chopra talk a couple years ago, and the whole thing was moderately interesting, but the great point, like the golden nugget that I got from it was he said, with the internet, we are reprogramming the planetary mind. And the nerd inside of me, like the passionate evolutionary pioneer, like I'm fascinated by the internet and I love it. And I love like making videos and networking and meeting people and putting myself out there and expressing my soul in different ways and feeling that resonate around the world and then receiving the reflections. Love it. And I love supporting people in that. That being said, I feel like when it comes to web design as a business for myself, I just got to the point where there wasn't enough love and passion for that to really sustain it as like a full-time business. And it was manifesting in different ways where like at one point I was like, I had no computer for months,
I
and
remember that.
yeah, and I just had interactions with clients too who are all amazing, but because I didn't have that real passion and fuel of my like soul's inspiration to do it, because I always knew it was only a vehicle to support music, it just wasn't enough to really push through all the challenges and like really put myself out there with passion and zest. Um, it's just something that yeah, it was always designed to support my passion, help people with supporting their passions. And so now I'm realizing that and honoring that and having the courage to move more into music, which is my ultimate passion that I'm really fueled up and, jazzed about. And yeah, I do feel for me it was a big lesson that it's important to follow our highest excitement and our greatest joy and do what lights us up the most, because the truth is any path will have challenges. It will have blessings too, but doing the thing that we love the most is going to be the path that's the most successful and the most fulfilling. So I encourage you, if you're watching this, to do the thing that you love the most. And if it means, doing another thing along the way, that's perfect. Because like when I look back, it was perfect that I did so much internet work and met so many amazing people who are doing similar but different work. I'm so grateful for all the skills I learned and all the support I received to like live my path. And yet at the same time, I realized that it's, yeah, I'm now synthesizing all of those skills into my next musical frontier, which will be very online focused as well as traveling the world.
Amazing. So you're
Thank you.
at the point where you're kind of ready to let that go, even though there's never any regrets with it or anything, and it wasn't something you disliked. It's just time to focus on your main passion. And I
Mm.
think it does take a hell of a lot of courage to do that. And I, for one, know that. I've, yeah, just stopped doing one of my jobs finally. And it takes a lot of courage to have that faith and have the guts to do that and move through the limiting beliefs around that you need that thing. Um, and you try and sort of convince yourself to stay with it because you're like, oh yeah, but I like it because of this, this, and this. But there comes a point where you know you know deep down that where you want to be, and you have to just take that step. And it's really bold and courageous of you. And I'm grateful that you're doing that, even though it's kind of a shame because you were so good at doing the web design. But I'm grateful you're doing that because I can feel that that's where you're at, really. Do you know what I mean? That's your where you want to be vibing. And I think now you're going to put your whole everything into that. Not that you haven't been, but I just think now you've taken that leap of faith, it's going to happen because I don't know. I just think that. um. Oh, you've
Thank you.
frozen a bit. Hold on. Oh, there you are.
Well, I am in Canada.
Yeah. Um. What's the main message that you wish to share with the world? I guess. What's your? I know I've kind of asked you what's your philosophy or what's your main motto, but what's the main message that you have for people right now? I know
The
that's
message that is like strong and clear in my head is love yourself. And I feel like, it's so important to love in general, but I find that when we can really take on the task of loving ourselves, then it's just an even more powerful thing. Like, it's so important because then we're actually liberating ourselves from fear and being able to express love in all areas of our life even more. So I would say, yeah, love yourself. Learn to love the unique being that you are and the unique ways that your wisdom flows out, because you are amazing. You are beautiful. You're a child of God. And the more that you are loving that, the more that you are free to share it in your full majesty and the full majesty of the divine.
woo, getting good vibes coming here. Amazing. You're seriously, I don't know whether this will come across to people watching this, but your energy is so freaking high right now. It's crazy. You're like, it's beaming. It really is. And it's affecting me quite a lot, actually, like in a good way. I kind of feel a bit high, but it's good high. um,
So
I've never had this where I've chatted to someone and I felt quite this crazy, but it's good. I like it. um, so,
it's, I think
okay,
for me, it's just we're talking about music and passion and spirit. Like, it just feels so good. It lights me up.
yeah, definitely. Me
And,
too. And
I
I
feel
think,
like for both of us, we're getting the next level.
yeah, definitely. Okay, I'm going to talk about meditation now. Do you meditate? Is that something that you um, recommend doing? And does that help with your creativity?
I wish I could say yes. I've tried meditation in the past, really enjoyed it. I don't have like a daily practice or anything. For me, it's about following my bliss and my inspiration. And because I spend a lot of time in solitude, I feel like I'm naturally sort of in a trance, meditative, dreamy state a lot.
Yeah.
Like, even I'll just be like walking through nature, or like, you know, just laying in my bed or listening to music, and I'm semi-tranced out a lot of the time. So um, yeah, but that being said, I would like to integrate more meditation into my life to clear this thought factory a little bit, because they aren't always the highest quality. So I would like to crystallize the old thought factory up again. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I can
I would
appreciate
love
that.
to learn if you have any tips.
Oh, I do, I do. I meditate, like, I would say on average, well, no, I meditate every day, actually. I don't know why I was going to say on average. I do meditate every day, even if it's just 2 minutes, because I cannot function if I don't meditate. But I do different kinds of meditation. I don't, it's not all just sitting there going, like I'll do chanting meditation, or like you say, like being in being in a meditative state, but just while you're doing things, and it's basically being having an awareness of what you're doing, and being really highly conscious of that, and observing what you're doing. I do that naturally now, um, whereas before I wasn't like that, and it took me, I had to do meditation to be able to kind of get to that place. But I guess you're kind of naturally like that, because yeah, and if you're journaling and like free writing and creating music and things, then that is meditation, isn't it, really? I think. So yeah, I just think there's different ways to meditate, and a lot of people think, oh, meditation, how boring. But I think there's many different ways you can meditate and find a way that's right for you. But yeah, I can definitely help you with um, guided meditations and things like that, and techniques and things that I use. It's, I would say it's quite, I find it quite difficult even now, even though I do it every day. I still find it quite hard sometimes, if I've got a lot of voices in my head. Not, I sound crazy now, but you know what I mean, when there's a
No.
lot of internal dialogue. Um, okay, well, that's really cool. I for some reason I thought that maybe you meditated and that's where you get some of your lyrics come through or something, but they just naturally come to you.
Yeah, and to be honest, music for me, it is my meditation. Like it often I'll use it as sort of like a soother, just to soothe my whole being. And I don't know when it started happening because I do remember there was a time when music was just music. It was just making a cool sound and trying to play a song. Like, there was like a whole like focus on like just that. But somehow in the last couple of years, I think as I've been awakening more spiritually, music is my meditation and it is my way of like connecting with that energy and letting it radiate through me and reverberate freely, authentically, truly. And so now for me music it's just like I even just like start playing the guitar, and if it's meant to be and if it's in my highest good, that flow is there, and it feels so amazing. Like it feels like the best meditative feeling I possibly could feel, and I'm constantly reaching higher and deeper to just like feel better and share those heavenly feelings and energies with the world. And so yeah, I guess there's so many different ways we can get there, and I think listening to our emotions and our bodies and our beings, and really moving gently towards what feels better. That also is a way of finding that connection.
Definitely. I agree with you completely on that. And with regards to moving, do you do like yoga or any kind of, I don't know, what type of thing do you do?
That's a good question. I go through phases with yoga where sometimes I do it a lot and love it. Um, Usually I walk and ride my bike every day, and I love dancing as well. I would love to dance more and do yoga more. So that's kind of the next frontier for the next chapter for me, is really learning how to express, like just the same way that when I touch a guitar and I start playing guitar, I can tune into that flow and that energy and that wisdom and love of music and divine energy. I'd love to cultivate my ability to express that just through walking or just through dancing or just through sitting comfortably and just being in my body. Because
I
this is an
think
instrument too.
Yeah, I think you did a pretty good job in your video, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
It's the beginning.
how I know that you travel quite a lot, and I mean, I started following you. Oh, that sounds creepy, but I started following you on YouTube when you were traveling around Bali. Really, like I'd seen you a bit before then, but that's when I really got kind of uh, into your music and everything. How do you travel and run a business and write songs and get involved with loads of stuff with loads of different people and perform and do YouTube? How do you do it all? You're like Superwoman.
Wow, thank you for that perception. I just follow my bliss. My life is actually really peaceful, and even lately, I'm almost little bit bored because I used to be really like I think that I do a lot of work like spiritually, because like every day I'll journal and I love to tune into myself and be like, what do I really want? And I'm keeping that vibe high, and being aware of my passions and where my inspiration is flowing. And if I feel an intuitive thing to like create an e-course, or if I feel an intuitive inspiration to like email that person about this, I'll do it. But I try to keep my life as like peaceful and easy and fun and graceful as possible, and it's been working, which I'm really grateful for, because I think because I'm constantly tending to that vibration and just like letting spirit guide me, letting inspiration and that flow of passion be my guide, I guess it works efficiently, where people end up just being attracted to that, or opportunities just come out of the blue. And I feel also because I'm praying a lot, and I'm often like praying for the opportunities that I seek, or visualizing, or asking angels to help, like all these things where I'm calling on bigger powers than myself. um, Things just happen really easily and wonderfully, and I can tell is a good thing by how excited I feel and how lit up I feel. So maybe it's a new way of doing business. I feel like there are a lot of people who do it this way. But yeah, I suppose for me, this whole thing is my spiritual path, and I love that the way that I live is a reflection of that. So yeah, I mean, it might seem like I'm busy, but I'm really not. And I'd like
One
to
of
be
the
more busy, actually.
one of the things, actually, one of the main things that you have taught me, even though um, sort of theoretically I understood, but practicing it, I didn't ever really understand it on a actual doing it kind of basis, and that is going with the flow and just trusting. And if something doesn't align, just trusting that it will align when it's supposed to align, and not like I used to be the sort of person. I am still a little bit, and I'm quite kind of like, if I made a plan, I have to stick to it, and I can't be like this, I can't be like that. It's just my upbringing, and that's not really in alignment with who I really am, and I know that. And it's something I've been working on, and working with you taught me so much about just being allowing and understanding and just letting it happen organically when it's supposed to, and not trying to force things to happen. And it always works out better that way. It always works out so much better than the original plan, even if in the middle it's all jumbled up and you think, oh my god, it's all going to go wrong and everything isn't working out. It always works out better, and I've really learned to have faith. And since then, this past, I would say, 2 months, my life has just been synchronicity after synchronicity after synchronicity. And honestly, I don't, you've really catalyzed that for me, because I've never really, I've never really worked with someone or met someone who actually does that, like properly does that. And so it was a real kind of eye opener for me, and it really helped me working with you to start doing that in my own life. And now I'm so relaxed about things. Like if something isn't working out, it's like, meh, okay, we'll see what else is coming. Like maybe something better is about to happen, and just always having that kind of positive spin on it, rather than feeling like, oh no, it's all going to shit. I'm thinking, oh, that means something better's gonna happen, and then it does. And I think, yeah, you've kind of taught me that, and so thank you for that. I really like that.
And thank you for teaching me that in this moment. You know, your perspective and the way that you're reflecting it is like an amazing teaching. As you were talking, I was just getting this kind of like vision that, you know, because I feel like in essence we are souls traveling through space. And just in this reality, we have these like rigid illusions, or somewhat rigid illusions of time and space. And even though we might think that, like, you know, it's this solid reality and we're these little human beings making our way through it with not much choice and we're, you know, nah. But the truth is, actually, we are still souls traveling through space. And I kind of see it almost as like light and emotion, just like moving through space. And when we choose to have a positive, like a positive perspective, and we choose to, instead of thinking negatively or thinking from like an animal space of like, oh no, there's not enough, and oh no, how am I going to survive? But instead, because I mean, animals actually are quite wise, so I can't actually blame it on an animal thing.
No, but
Animals actually are intuitive, you know, and connected to the flow, but yet with our human minds, we have this element of choice where we can, you know, up or down, like what way do we want to navigate this? And it's like navigating it, but also navigating it, choosing where we want to go. And in this moment, I'm just getting this download of this realization about how that choosing that positivity, it is a power, and it really does shift the way that soul is flying through space, and the way that our beings and our energies are not only like flowing through this reality, but also interacting with it and receiving it back. Like we are literally changing our reality by choosing positive thoughts and choosing gratitude, and instead of worrying about how bad things could be, or worrying about the limitation, or worrying about things that we don't even know about, instead kind of like looking at it with love and positivity and hope and faith and prayer, and thinking, well, maybe this is for the best, maybe there's a good reason why this is happening, maybe, like you said, maybe something better is going to happen out of this. And I can just feel from that that even that little mustard seed of faith, as they say, is enough to move worlds, move mountains, shift entire realities. So
So
thank you.
true. It's so true. Everything you just said is just spot on, perfect. Thank you for your download then. Um, okay, so moving on to well, actually, I was gonna ask something else, but now I'm gonna ask this just because you're kind of talking about souls moving through space. What do you think of star seeds and that kind of thing? And do you feel like you're otherworldly or anything like that?
Yes, definitely. I have a hard time like totally defining it because I don't know. I don't know what I know,
Yeah.
but I do love playing with possibilities and kind of like enjoying what reality kind of spins at me. Like for example, I really love Pleiadian energies, and I've had sort of a few interactions with them in the past. As well, there's certain beings, like human beings, who I perceive, and I'm like, you are so from a different world. Like you so have different energy, and I love it. It's interesting because I used to be really phobic of aliens. That was my biggest fear, like to the point of
Really?
like I'd have sleep paralysis and nightmares and like be so scared. Um, but I've realized that where that fear, that there's such a great power, and even though I still admit there's fear there, I've also learned to develop a curiosity about extraterrestrials and other flavors of energy of beings, and embrace that within myself as well, more and more.
I love that, and it's really refreshing kind of speaking to you about that just openly because I think so many people don't want to discuss that issue because it's so far out to the kind of the masses that yeah, people are afraid to speak about it. But I feel like it's really important to speak about it because it's something which I'm awakening to or remembering in my journey at the moment, and it's quite intense for me, but um, it's really good, and I just love connecting with you on that level because so many people just won't even go there. They just won't they sort of sit on the fence about it, or they I don't know, they don't say the truth kind of thing.
Mm.
So I'm really glad that you just came out and said all that because yeah, I think a lot of people wouldn't. So again, it's
Ooh.
courageous of you.
Well, then I'd love
And
to share one more little nugget, which I think might
please.
help people, because I also like I said, I had a phobia around extraterrestrials, and one night I remember it was maybe in 2012. It was middle of the night. I was sleeping in my bed, and I kind of woke up from this dream. I was kind of half dreaming, so I can't really say it could have been a dream, but it felt very real. It was very like I was like awakening into the room I was in. I was seeing it were these beings of blue light that were there. And I was like, oh shoot, aliens. Oh. Like I got so scared. But then all of a sudden I felt this burst of intense love, and it soothed my whole being. And the message that I got from them, just through their energetic resonance, was, don't worry, we're here to help you. We're here to help you. We love you. And I was like, oh, like, and I was like, why didn't you guys do that before? Like sending me that love burst. Because I feel too, like the fear, I don't know where it comes from. I don't even know if it's really rational. It could be on some level that I don't even really understand. But, sending that love really helped me open up to them and trust them. And it just shows the power of love. And I can't speak for all beings in this universe, but I will say that there are very good ones out there and on this earth that are here to help.
Yeah, I agree
I,
with you. And I think like um it's actually quite natural to feel afraid of that kind of thing because it's the unknown, and you hear stories and the movies and horror stories and stuff, so from when we're younger, and so it's understandable that you would have a kind of fear like that. I wouldn't say it's irrational. I think there's good reason for it that you would feel that, and I think it's brilliant that you've had an experience to show you otherwise. um, because I think a lot of people are afraid, and that's also another reason why people don't speak about it, is because they're scared of the possibilities. And I'm kind of like you. I feel like I've had interactions, and I resonate very deeply with the Palladians. So that's something that I'm exploring more at the moment and connecting with various different people. So I'm really glad you're kind of on that level as well. I'm sure there's many people out there that are probably thinking, what are they talking about? But if that's the case, then I don't know. Go watch my other video about the Pleiades. um,
or whatever
yeah,
suits your fancy.
yeah. Um, okay, so other than creating music and being a total goddess, what else do you spend your time doing?
Writing. I love writing. I realize that like music, I don't do it every day. I do it when I really feel it, spirit moves me, and when it does come, it's so passionate and so potent. But writing is like my daily maintenance. It's like I write in my journal every day, and lately I've been remembering how healing it is to just write what I feel and let the pen and that stream of consciousness just take me on a journey where I need to go. It really helps me anchor into this reality and sort out the sort of mess that can sometimes be inside of me. And I'm going to be leading a course coming in November with Aphrodite University about writing erotica. So that is erotica with mermaids.
Wow.
I just, for some reason, maybe because I'm Pisces and because I feel a connection with the ocean and mer people, whenever I write erotica, it tends to almost always be about mer people. I don't know why. I think because I love the idea of how healing it is and how soothing it is and how loving it is in the ocean. And I love the idea of these beings that are so emotional and they have that emotional wisdom to help them navigate the fires of sexuality. So I'm going to be leading that. And as well, I've written e-courses and e-books and I yeah, I love writing and I love just like guiding people to go within themselves as well and find that wise treasure.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. And yeah, I can't wait
You're welcome.
to see it. And that sounds amazing. That sounds, I mean, I've, this is, it's not really related, but I'm just going to say it anyway. But I had a memory of a past life before, and I was a dolphin, and it was so real. It was so real. Um, it wasn't just a dream. Do you know what I mean? It was like a definitely a memory. And I was swimming around a shipwreck with my friends, and it was like, ah, I knew how it felt to be a dolphin, and I literally knew how it felt. Like when I woke up, I was like, I know what it feels like to actually be a dolphin, and it's the most liberating feeling. They are so joyous and so in alignment and so happy and just kind of like like just joyful. It was just such a good experience, and I was just like swimming around the shipwreck, kind of intrigued by it. I don't know why. I thought of that because you were talking about the ocean and everything, and it just popped in my head. But yeah. Have you ever had any kind of
Wow.
past life memories? Have
Yes,
you
yeah,
have you
a,
been
a
regressed,
lot.
or have they just come to you?
Um, well, first of all, I just want to honor your dolphin because like Pleiadians also are very connected to dolphins, and it's so now I'm like, oh my God, that's so like a facet of you that helps you now make more sense to me because dolphins are like so sensual and so wise, and they have such a unique frequency to bring to this reality, and those are things that I feel like you embody, and yeah, so past lives is such a rich exploration. I love that this is the lifetime for many of us. It's time that we get to remember that and integrate them because other lifetimes I don't remember even talking or thinking about what it is to have other lives. This is almost like the cultivational time when it's like, okay, now I get to like receive those gifts from that lifetime and oh, heal that from that, so it can no longer keep repeating and bothering me. And you know, it's just that time where we get to like appreciate all these different facets of the crystals that we are. But yeah, to kind of tell my story, my first time was being regressed, and then I don't know, as I became more intuitive and learned to trust myself and honor what I felt and what I received and cleared out my being through a lot of like expression and creativity, I was able to receive more of the wisdom of different lifetimes and just kind of trust them. Like it comes to me now as intuition or signs from the universe, and yeah.
Cool. I feel like we're connecting on like a whole new level between us because obviously we've kind of just worked together on the website and everything, and now I'm kind of getting to know you loads more, and it's really good. And I feel like we've got quite a lot in common, which is awesome. Um, okay, not many questions left now, there's, I guess, just one more question really, which is about the whole New Icon film and Laura Hollick and how you've got involved with that and kind of just a bit about it, and then I'll ask you the next thing afterwards. Actually, I'll leave it at that for now.
Yeah, so I found out about Laura Hollick a couple of years ago, and I've been following her stuff for years, and I've been such a fan of the purity that she expresses herself with. Like, I just love it. And yeah, so she contacted my friend Leah Tarunin we were in Mexico actually, so that would have been maybe a year ago,
When she
where
got
she was
pregnant.
inviting Leah to be a part of a movie, but because Leah had just become pregnant, she decided it wasn't right the timing, it wasn't the right timing and stuff. But I think it was through Leah that Laura discovered me, so I'm grateful to Leah for that. Um, and Yeah, I was invited to be a part of this new icon movie where there's all these different women entrepreneur creative visionaries all representing a different color, and I guess Laura was needing someone to represent the color purple, which like the funny thing is, like, this isn't me trying. Like, I didn't try to be purple. I just, when I like something, it's just, I just love it, and I just, call it into my reality, and love just like relishing in it. And the color vibration purple is just something that I love right now. And I've gone through phases. I've loved orange a lot. I've loved pink a lot. But right now I'm in kind of like a really intense purple
Can I just say
phase.
something? Purple is my favorite color and has always been my favorite color. And I was
Oh
like,
my
when
God.
you got the purple in your hair, I was like, yes, that looks amazing. So,
Thank you.
so yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot more I want to do with it. And too, there's so many more ways. Like, I even love like eating purple food, and just, I like other colors too, but right now I'm really loving purple. So anyways, she invited me to be a part of this, and I was representing purple, and as well there were several musicians in the group, so it really just felt like a natural fit for her and for me as well, and I was just so exhilarated to be part of it. Everyone who was in the group, I was just like starstruck by, and so honored to be in their resonance. And yeah, it was an amazing experience. Like, Laura creates these art rituals. Like, they're just ways of accessing art and consciousness and spirit, and, creating in this reality, not only just the art that we make or the music that we make or the words, but also creating our lives, our businesses, everything from what we eat to how we breathe to everything, like bringing that magic of creativity into everything we do. It's such a high teaching, and it was such an honor to be a part of that. And to now, with the New Icon movie experience being led, and if you want to check it out, it's newiconmovie.com. You can sign up to be a part of this four-part movie, which guides you on a vision quest deep into your soul to that next level, whatever it is for you. And I will say, like, through working with her, meeting her in person, like, Laura is a master. Like, she's a master, and she knows really how to use creativity for manifestation and for anchoring our dreams into this reality, and really creating the heaven on earth that many of us are here to bring.
Yeah, definitely. And um, I know I'm not going to talk too much about Laura because this is obviously about you, but her journey also is inspiring. Like, going from being a postman, a postwoman, effectively, and having this like burning passion within her to do it, and just yeah, I think it is inspirational, and it's amazing that you did that, and you so deserve to be part of that as well. I'm just so happy for you, and yeah, I'm. If anybody, have you already said the website, didn't you? So yeah, to
Yes,
check it
yeah.
out. Okay, so just to kind of wrap it up, then, what are your sort of current plans and your near future plans, and where can people find you and find your music and purchase your music?
Thank you. So yeah, so right now it is autumn 2014. Right now I'm working on recording my new album, and I'm also just sort of taking some time to rest after a lot of traveling. So I'm just kind of, taking it easy for the next little while, but I'm feeling inspired to tour again come early 2015. And I'd love to play some festivals around the world. uh, yeah, I'm kind of right now, like things are just in the flow. I'm just kind of feeling it out and seeing what synchronicities are coming back, seeing what's lighting up my heart, what's flowing, what opportunities are falling into place. So it's hard to say specifically, but all I know is that I follow my inspiration. I follow this flow. I work with God, as I like to call it, although I like to spell it Godde. To me, that's masculine and feminine.
Yeah.
And everyone has their own word, and my word changes too every time. But to me, it's just like really using a name that is personal because this being that we are all a part of, it's our friend, and it loves us. It is us. It's love. It's our birthright, and it's our greatest joy. And so I work a lot with prayer, and I don't always know how things are going to flow. It's a different way of doing business than like, okay, do this, and
Yeah.
then you'll be successful. Like, for me, it's like, well, does that light me up? Does it ignite my spirit? Like, and so I use that to navigate reality. And I've noticed that when I do that, when I'm navigating and choosing what feels better, I end up putting myself on that path of feeling better, and the more things that feel better and that are easy and graceful. Because time and time again, I've realized like there are no rules. Even when I went to music business school in the early 2000s, and this is right after downloading basically started to crumble the music industry as it was. Even then, they were kind of saying us, well, this is the old model, but now you basically have to create your own. And we don't know what that is. You get to decide, and we don't know what's going to work. You're just going to have to figure it out. And so that's been my sort of like modus operandi for much of my career, is just like, okay, what can I try? What would I love to do? What inspires me? What's flowing? What's working? What's reflecting back? And, how are the synchronicities also moving with me? So that's a little illumination about how I work. And it's very mysterious. I am an international woman of mystery, just going with the flow and being flowed where the flower wants to take me.
Wow, I love it. Honestly, I just think it's brilliant the way you work is it's the way I don't like the word should, but it is the way it should be because everyone's so kind of strict and they block their own uh, awesomeness because of it, because they are confined to a set way. And sometimes you just have to let go of everything you think it's going to be for it to become the thing it's meant to be. And yeah, do you think you'll come to the UK?
I would love to. And I was just going to say too, I feel like it's traveling that has taught me so much, like having those moments of like diving into the mystery and having nothing but courage and faith to make it through. We're exhilarating. And I learned so many lessons about like how mysterious yet benevolent this energy is that we're all a part of, this like organism of life, this world. And wait, what was the question again?
Oh, my question. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I think I was just asking you, like,
Oh yeah, the
oh, you're coming to
UK.
the UK.
Oh yeah, yeah. I would love to. I would love to, and I would just like to say a prayer that when it's in the highest good, may it be in the perfect way. I've been feeling like called to a couple places in the earth right now, and the UK, Europe is one of them. So it's just a matter of for me the right opportunities lining up and
Yeah.
being invited, and yeah, it's like feeling that energetic invitation, feeling that desire, that inspiration, and then noticing how things fall into place, the synchronicities, and then going. So
Oh,
I'm excited though. I'm really excited. Because I used to live in Scotland and I traveled around UK and Europe a bit, and I loved it. I love the old world magic.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that you came and traveled around here. How long ago
I
was
did.
that?
That was a long time ago. That was like 8 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're
And I just looked up at a painting I have of infinity. That's weird.
you're due another visit then, it
I think
seems.
so. I would love that.
I invite you here. I invite you here. But
That'd
yeah,
be awesome.
it would be amazing if I don't know, if anybody's out there, we could organize like an event or something and have you come and play. It would just be brilliant. I would love that. Um, or maybe we could create something. I don't know.
That would be amazing.
Maybe.
Let's do it.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna end the interview there because I think we've been chatting for quite a while now, and It's been so good to chat to you. I think you are a truly inspirational person, and you've taught me so many lessons. I'm so grateful for you taking the time out and doing this with me today. It's been brilliant. Thank you so much.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you for the inspiration to do this because this has been such an inspiring call. And you're so amazing. You're so good at loving people and really seeing the best in them and helping them shine. And I'm excited about where your path is taking you and how you're helping so many people to do the same, be illuminated, be ignited, and share.
It's a journey that is kind of unfolding for me at the same time as it's unfolding, like as I'm helping people, I'm kind of learning as well. And I think, yeah, it's just a really good time at the moment.
Mhm.
So thank you
I-
so much, Cora. It's been brilliant, and I hope to connect with you again soon. And I'll leave the links below, everybody, if you want to check out Cora's website or the new Icon film. And yeah, thank you very much. Bye.
Oh my God, was that your cat?
Oh yeah, the cat's
That
here.
was the perfect timing. Right after you say
my my boyfriend just opened the door and let the cat in. She's here.
goodbye.
Hold
The
on,
meow of approval.
I'll just show you her. Hold on. It's really hard because my laptop's broken. Can you see a little cat?
Oh, is she a black cat?
Yeah, black and white.
She's so sweet. Thank you for being a part of this, cat. What's her name?
Her name is, well, she's kind of got two names. I don't really know her real name, but we call her Cindy or
Cindy.
Rella. Oh no, Drella, um, because of Cinderella, I think. So
Aw.
I call her Drella, but her real name's Cindy.
Aw.
She's so cute. Oh my god, Cora, seriously, your energy is mental. I was just like, what? The whole way through that was just mad. I was just like, whew. At the beginning, I wanted to cry. Like, I literally just wanted to cry. And then you just like downloaded all this stuff and it just came out, and I was like, whoa, love bubbles.
Thank you. It's both of us. It's our alchemy, our harmony, like just, and I think too, just like talking about music and our passions is just like, wow, like,
It was amazing. I really hope that this is like recorded and there's not an echo, because I had to turn you up so I could hear your answers, obviously.